It's 15,900 for 15,000. It's 14. Okay, actually, we're not getting a better result, but we're getting a better result with the weight with the 13.5, so we're going to run the 13.5s again. Sepultura is losing this turret again. X-ray turret again. Alpha Bravo Yankee's better. No. It might do in this case now, but no, diesel still made us heavier. But because we could actually fit them this time, I'm going to keep the diesels. I'm going to up the bulkheads instead of upping the turrets. And yeah, I can go back to upping protection stuff. I can guesstimate. Oh, hold on. Not yet. Damn you, turret armor. Fuck! Right, bulkheads. Yeah, I know we said you could get extended, but you're not getting extended. Right. Okay, so Sepultura is now A-OK for extra service life. With her British guns, her French funnel, and her American secondaries. What the Hold on a second. Oh shit, damn it, the YouTube viewers aren't going to see Sepultura's rebuild now, Ocado. Because there's been some interference on the Twitch end of things and it's reset the stream. Okay, YouTube viewers, this is the Sepultura. Don't worry, this ain't a new ship build that you've missed. This is just a refit of the Sepultura to be more like Amazones and others. Okay, speaking of Amazones, Amazones is our next rebuild. Which, good news, everyone. And I'm not saying this as Dr. Farnsworth would say it. We don't actually have to change anything with her superstructure. I couldn't. It was an originally French hull, the Sepultura, and only had the French funnels. I didn't have access to the American funnels. Well, yes, it would have been funny, because I think I did that for Glorious. But yeah, good news is, Amazones doesn't need a superstructure rework, so Amazones is literally just going to be same superstructure and everything, just updated turrets and internals. Yep, that ups resistance, which is good. Okay, up TNT4 and up to triple base. Up to triple base, autoloaders. Fuck. Right, radar. But with the radar added, we don't need the RDF anymore, to my knowledge. Oh, fudge biscuits! Right, okay, you know I said she didn't need any superstructural changes. Well, scratch that. Scratch that, she's getting 5-inch 38s. That's the only superstructural change I'm making, though, is that her secondary guns have been changed out again. Glorious had French and British funnels, as Glorious is an original British hulled ship. Up to balanced, and then that makes Amazones fit. So yeah. Do I keep the 2-inch for aesthetics, or do I just get rid of them? Yeah, I'm going to keep the 2-inch for aesthetics. Amazones, done. Amazones has German funnels available to her, but no. I'm going to keep Amazones the same, just literally because then it lessens her refit time. As people are going to go without their packages for 4 months, Avocado, because Commodore Bezos cannot deliver his parcels with his flagship. He's going to be letting down his Prime customers. Sorry. Sorry, I just had to carry on my joke that the Amazon is run by Jeff Bezos. Right, Sao Paulo first refit, Sepultura third refit, and Amazonas second refit design is gone. You're at sea, you're at sea, and you're at sea. Oh, no, you're not at sea. Going in, Amazonas. Although you're suspended until the death traps come out. Until the death traps come out, because the death traps took the priority. It'll be happening soon. We're going across the line from ships that desperately need it to ships that lesser desperately need it. Your ship is in the lesser desperately need it end because I think you were built in the radar era, so well, at the start of the radar era, so you actually have radars on your ships and you're good on that front. Like, right now I'm prioritizing... I've said no enough to design stuff of yours. I thought, why not make it interesting? Yes, but I've already had so many things be a pain in my arse this campaign that I'm like, 15-knot battleship ain't gonna be a pain in the arse. We're still using pre-Dreadnoughts, for God's sakes. In one case we're still using a pre-Dreadnought. And it's because of you we haven't retired her. Unlike Impero, we haven't retired a pre-Dreadnought, yet we've retired our first Dreadnought, and we've retired an experimental battle cruiser that the battlecruiser classes before it are still in service. Just for context, there were only 2 nations still using pre-Dreadnoughts in the 1940s. in terms of pre-dreadnought battleships, that is. Yes, you could technically say Avarov as well as a pre-dread. Yeah, Avarov's a pre-dreadnought, so Greece is still on the list anyway. But the Greeks and the Germans, because the Germans, Versailles. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, in terms of actual quote-unquote combat use pre-dreadnoughts, I think for 42 it's only the Germans. Yeah, from 1941 it's only the Germans who have pre-dreadnoughts in service, like in combat roles. And here in October of 42, I think we're the only nation with a pre-dreadnought in active combat roles with the Victory, sorry. Yeah, with the Victory. Death Trap's going to be another 4 months, another 17 months on Glorious. We're building up the dockyard size, though, hopefully to get an extra ship in to refit quicker. Although there were other ships around, like Kearsarge, that was turned into a crane ship. Oregon's Hulk was an ammunition barge. And then there was a old Turkish one as a barrack ship. This is for like post-World War II use, though. Ashai was a repair ship that fought at Tsushima. Ashai was a battleship that fought at Tsushima and became a repair ship. Ironic, I guess. Yeah, the Germans had Schlesien and Schleswig-Holstein. And then, obviously, Mikasa is a museum ship.
Hey, man.
Yeah?
What's for dinner?
From the freezers, I think.
Okay.
Which this time you can choose.
I'm going to be back to half 6, so...
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, you can choose this time. Okay. So that conquest is going to go through next turn. Got a whole bunch more of those refits to finish off. Okay. Read the news today. I can't close my eyes and make it go away. How long must we sing this song? How long, how long? But tonight, we can be as one tonight. Oh. There's no way Galloway can... No. The others can't be fitted in. No way is Glory is going to be fitted in. So with 2 more months of those refits to go. Cuba is now ours, so goodbye Cuba. You guys all back to Porto. Where then you will be going into peacetime duties. Oh, I'm going to have to do Clemenceau at some point. But yeah, glorious with its tall American funnel at the rear. No. We're currently not going to get into any alliances. Oh, the Canadians are now on their own. Okay. Now time to do a dock capacity building program. Okay, so that is now the Death Traps refit. Yes, happy Pride Month. I don't have anything rainbow flagged. The closest to a rainbow flag I have is a rainbow heart-shaped sticker that's on one of my guitars. And has been on that guitar now for many, many years. But yeah, happy Pride Month, everyone. Now, we're just stuck in the building new ship's loading screen, and we'll be stuck here for a while. Ah. Cool idea. There we go. Intrigue them with something from the Kingdom of Netherlands. I just find it funny that we have part of Spain, we casually control part of Spain, like, yeah mate, they tried invading us, they failed miserably, we invaded them, we succeed. Okay, so immediately it's a whole bunch of limited fleeting. Courageous, you are going to be coming out of Porto. In Pero, you are being retired, so mothball you. Who else is being retired? It's Furious. Furious, you have also unfortunately been sent to retirement, so go to retirement and be a good retiree. Right, and then let's pull in the Glorious as well. Glorious is in Novorisses? What the I do not want my flagship in Russia! The last time anyone left what was supposed to be their nation's flagship in Russia, Russia ended up taking it and it became one of the worst aircraft carriers ever. Kuznetsov. Yeah, did you know that Kuznetsov was originally supposed to stay Ukrainian? Was originally supposed to be Ukrainian in the post-Soviet era. But then, the ship ended up not sailing for Ukrainian ports, and so it instead became a part of the Russian Navy. For better or for worse. Probably more for the worse. But for the better with how much of a resource drain she's been. So, yeah. I'm also just wondering as well, if Kuznetsov actually went to the Ukrainians like it was intended to, would the Ukrainians have actually kept her around and stuff, especially with her known defects? Like, I probably think they might have, just for the fact of its national pride to have an aircraft carrier and stuff, but honestly, well, how cool I think it would be if they had Kuznetsov, I honestly don't think they'd be able to actually feasibly operate Kuznetsov. But it'd also be like fun alternate history actually if they did keep Kuznetsov, they somehow brought up the funds to actually fix Kuznetsov's issues. Like, it'd be a fun what if of naval history. And modern history just in general, because of the fact as well that the Ukrainian Navy might have a larger force in them or more incentive to have a larger force maybe if Kuznetsov did go to them as originally intended. And then maybe would have seen a more of like the good old ship v ship thing. But then also you gotta think as well, it's a whole bunch of like missiles and air attack stuff errors as well. So you could have very easily have had the ships just immediately disabled first day of the war because of that. Celebrate! Yes. Because we hate the Dutch. Sorry, the Arabians, Yemenis, and whatever that place is. Because they're no longer the Dutch, as they lost Dutchland to France and Germany. Well, to Germany, but then France lost Belgium. Germany lost Belgium. Sorry, not France. 3 months from Mark 418s. Damn it! I should have waited to repick Glorious. Never mind. An alliance with the Soviet Union. I guess we can do that. Right, the victory's out, which means that Sao Paulo goes in. Amazonas comes out this turn, which means Sepultura goes in, because I don't think we're going to fit Galois in our current dockyard size. Well, Avocado, you know now I'm going to probably be brainstorming now once this stream is over. I'm probably going to brainstorm a whole host of scenarios of if the Ukrainians had been able to keep Kuznetsov. Hell, I could even try and make that happen in the sort of somewhat deviated reality that my naval art builds are setting, the fictional naval mercenary group could maybe work out something in that lore that the Kuznetsov is kept by the Ukrainians. In that reality. I'll probably make some excuse as to why the Ukrainians wouldn't be able to use it though in that war though, just in the Russia-Ukrainian war though, in that reality. Like, let's say it's on the wrong side of the Bosphorus as it's on like an international trip or something when the war starts, and as such it can't actually enter the Black Sea to go and fight for its country. Or something like that. And then it ends up having to be interned in a neutral port or something. Or I could have in that reality that it was in the Black Sea, but then it get sunk instantly, but then no, because it'd probably be at the time involved with being in formation with the battleship from my fictional mercenary group that just so happens to be in the Black Sea, visiting Ukraine as the Russia-Ukrainian war starts. In that reality. But here's the thing, I've got everything I edit in that reality, I've got to tie in with what I know about what happens with real life events, but I've also got to tie it in as well with the histories to my ships I already have as well. Oh, come on. Oh, it's been like that for... I was just checking the Twitch side of it because I do that, but Twitch is just buffering on the creator dashboard side, so I shouldn't really use that for checking, I guess. Well, good news. Transport capacity is back to maximum, so back down with you. Could I literally put everyone to NDing? And still be profit making? Yes, I can. It's good for a few things, I guess. So Amazones is out, which means... Can I actually start up Galois? No, I can't start up Galois. Just yet. Now I can start up Galois because one of the battle cruisers is out. I think it's Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo, that's out. Galois to refit you go. Glorious is going to be out in a turn. I can send the Tura in now as well. No, I can't. Yeah, you can. No, I can't. Sepultura suspended until Glorious is out. Okay. Oh, they're laying down more Tiger class. Britain, are you sure you want to lay down a battle cruiser called Hood? Let me think. Yeah, you don't want to do a battle cruiser called Hood. A pre-dreadnought battleship, yes, that thing has its full service life and is relatively safe for most of its life. But a literal battle cruiser called Hood? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think you want to do it. Just something tells me deep inside that you're gonna regret the Hood. Ever being named Hood, or being put as a design, but put as a ship just in water. Advanced auto loading. Don't you agree, Avocado? The Brits are going to regret ever building a battlecruiser Hood. It's going to be a very expensive investment for something that's going to blow up in one 15-inch hit to that magazine. And die. Very, very horribly die. Well, we're getting Mark II radars in 2 turns, so I'll wait to Gen 2 radar before I refit Clemenceau again. Like, don't you agree, Avocado, that the British are making a big mistake with HMS Hood? It's almost as if they want to give me an easy win. I'm now going to get someone in my comments be like, I will not accept this Hood slander. Hood was the biggest and best ship the British ever produced. And she only got killed because some German was a lucky bastard with his shell. To that, I'll be like, yeah, it was somewhat lucky bastard, but it was also somewhat Hood had it coming because Hood had somewhat outdated protection schemes and hadn't been sort of rebuilt to fix that outdated protection scheme issue at all. Yeah. Yeah, I know. They've ignored my they've ignored it, I think. Well, war has erupted. Oh, Canada! Canada is trying to take Canada. Good luck. Throw cans of food. Yeah. Remember, it's the Geneva Suggestions, not the... Sorry. Sorry. It's Canada. I have to make these jokes. It's Canada. You'll be fine, Canada. Again, like I said, it's the Geneva Suggestions, not the convention. It's like, oh yeah, you could do these in war, but we very much advise you don't do this in war. Sort of thing. Right, Clemenceau! Clemenceau, 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 Clemenceau! Good news for you, you're getting refit. Again. You're getting refit again while our resident war criminal is trying to take more of his homeland. Okay, so, yep, here we have the Clemenceau. A ship that has somehow survived not having decent armor scheming on her. Yeah, we're going to keep you with your Queen Anne's Mansion if you don't mind. As we found the Queen Anne's Mansion works very, very well on you. Already got the steering sorted. There. There. You have torpedoes. Well, let's update their mark then. Generation 2 radar. Coincidence 5 rangefinder. You don't need like the RDS system anymore. Okay. I don't want it as far outward though. Like, yes. Then, same with that starboard mount, I don't want it as far outward. My meaning? Like, still want it relatively close to the side of the superstructure. Bit there. Okay, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it, so we're doing it. We can do it, so we're doing it. There you go. A Jap funnel. A Jap funnel on the back of a Queen Anne's mansion. Good job, everyone. Right. Now we got the job I'm gonna hate. I'm gonna hate this part of the job. And that is the armor. The armor, avocado. The armor. Guess the 7-inch conning tower instead of the 8-inch is good enough. 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 0, 16, 16, 4, 2, 1.5, like so there. Okay. Okay, torpedoes removed. Auto loading 2. Electrohydraulic 2. I'm already calling Clemenceau a lucky ship. Clemenceau survived with no turret flash fires with electrical turrets. My god. My god, Clemenceau. Okay, maybe a 13-inch main belt. How heavy is the 14 and then 700? Oh, going with the Italian style is actually going to be lighter. Going with the French style is going to be heavier. But I like the Queen Anne's mansion on this thing. As much as I like the Queen Anne's mansion, I think just for the fact of weight efficiency, we're going the Italian. that looks sort of weird like that. But it has helped out the weight efficiency. At 779, we could actually go with this one and still be decent with our weight. Our weight needs. We're still lighter than if we had the Queen Anne's. Ugh, no! We're not removing a forward turret from Clemenceau. If we need to remove a turret, we'll remove X turret. But no, never remove a forward firing turret if you don't need to. Right. Then I'm definitely need to re-adding 5-inch guns. 4, 5. 6. Ugh. If I had that more German-looking tower there and remove a turret. Okay. We're closer. Do I just leave that quarterdeck free for... aircraft handling facility? Ah, we didn't add in the funnel. We didn't add in the funnel. We're fucking idiots. We're fucking idiots. Ah! This is a scream of pain and terror and torture and fuck! Why aren't you working? Calm down, me. There's always a solution. The solution may not be the way you want, but there's always a solution. This solution just so happens to be down numbering of guns to 9. To 9 guns, but we're good. We're good. Clemenceau, you gonna work? People shout at me all you want about how bad I just made Clemenceau, but no, diesels are gonna make the ship heavier. Avocado. It's gonna make it heavier. Yes, it increased the range and stuff. Good. Heavier? Not good. It's only really smaller ships where you get any sort of weight advantage in diesels. Smaller ships, or if it's like really slow ships. I did the better oil! We're at the best oil in the fucking game! No! Oil only goes up to 3! The oil only goes up to 3 in the game. Right. Okay, Clemenceau is done. Now we go to the hull I hate the most in this game. The French forward-firing battleship hull. I absolutely fucking hate this hull. Why did it even have to fucking exist? Oh yeah, because of Jean-Bart the Dunkirks and Richelieu. Cut the range? Have you seen how far my ships have to travel for fights? Have you seen how vast our empire is? Yeah, you do make a valid point though. I probably could have gotten the same range that Clemenceau had. Now, probably on a lower setting with diesels. I do admit that. Okay, firstly, your guns, updated in Mark, yes, but 17.6, no more. You are just 17. And then next off is to strip off all useless guns from the ship. That being the 1.3-inch guns that were so happily sitting on the ship in the first place. Those things are goodbye. They're done. They're done for on this ship. Goodbye. I'm gonna replace the tires anyway, so. And then those ones. Okay, you have underwater torpedo tubes on you. Okay. So first off, biggest tower, as biggest is always best. No, I'm not going to make the joke I was about to make. No, that ain't going to be something I'm going to make. It was going to be a joke at your expense, Avocado. Good news. Good news, you wonderful battleship. Battlecruiser, sorry. You're not actually going to get that anymore. You're going to be there. There and compacted like that as well. Do I want to re-add X turret? It was on the original design, so I guess it's only fair that it stays. 3 inch. Nah. 6 inch and then a couple of 5s on the lower. Nah, 666 on the lower. Okay, I can't fit it on the lower centre line. You're already at big beam and draught, so I can't. I could see if extending your beam would make me be able to fit another wing pair of 666s. It does! Glorious! Right. Full 33, so you're same in terms of speed to the 18 inches. $35,000 at max compared to the 37. Yet diesels are worse on this ship. Sorry, you shouldn't have revealed that you have a lower thing than me. Shorter thing than me, sorry. Because I said bigger's always better, and then I was going to make the joke at your expense. And also, I actually found out I've been underreporting my site. I don't know why I'm now mentioning this, but I've been unintentionally underreporting because I hadn't checked in years, and okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm definitely gonna stop. Not my fault, I just got good genetics. Yeah, let's just move on. Yeah, let's just move on. Oh, look! Deck armor! Deck armor that's actually being decently added to the ship. 8-inch conning tower. Oh god, you're not all or nothing. All or nothing. You were on oh god, no wonder this thing died and flash fired a lot. God, I should have put my ships at risk and fought this thing. Right, auto 2. I'm gonna slightly back out on the range. And yeah, Triton. Good news, you are refit into a better ship than you were. Better ship than you were in French service. But you're welcome. It's just too bad only one of the two of you that I took gets the refit. The other one, sorry, Rochelia, you're a shipwreck in the Bay of Biscay. Yeah. A shipwreck in the Bay of Biscay because it turns out that 13.5-inch guns still pack a punch against their weakly armoured battlecruiser. Right. Avocado, have you gotten over your anger through what I've revealed in this refit? In this refit time. / slight annoyance. What have you said? I saw that. I saw that. Okay, I saw that, but I'm gonna have to, for server rule things. It wasn't in the memes, so sorry, but yeah, that's gotta go. Okay, turns out we can't actually fit Clemenceau in right now. And Clemenceau and Triton. I don't even think we can fit Clemenceau. Oh, we can actually fit Clemenceau in. That's good. Right. Next month on. An alliance with the German Reich. No! No! Alliances bring death and damnation to all nations involved. Least the which mine. I at least saw it. What you were trying to do. Here's the thing though, I didn't tell you how much I was underreporting by. No, we should really just move on from this topic. I may just have to, like, cut out this entire section. No, I don't know the editing to do that, actually. YouTube viewers, I apologise about this entire section. Just in general. Right, Galois going to be out this turn. Galois out this turn, and not only is Galois out, but the Courageous is out, which is even better. So yeah, Triton. Go for refit. Okay, so Alantine has to go in for another refit. Oh god, come on game, let me back in. Let me back in. Come on, I only want to briefly check Twitch chat. Let me back in! Is this because I bragged? Oh god. Right, there we go. There we go, games let me back in, and upgrade the mark, upgrade the mark, upgrade the dar. What parts are badly placed? That part is badly placed. Oh, scheisse. Okay, looks like it's the end of the road for Alantine, regardless of, well, we kept her in service for longer than she would have if she had stayed French. And we actually did get some decent use out of her. Although, I'm just curious. Would this caliber fit? Nah, that caliber wouldn't have fit at all. Honestly, don't know why I wanted to test out that caliber, but yeah, Alantine's done. Alantine's done. Honestly, I'm putting Alantine down as too old for the effort. Too old and too much cost for the effort, so... Atlantine! Being officially the oldest battlecruiser we have, because you were built in 1910. You're the oldest... I think you're pretty much the oldest battlecruiser that's actually still in the world. It's a battlecruiser. I don't like scrapping them. But, Alantine, goodbye. Goodbye. You had your run. So, it's the Fleur de Mars that were the first to get the radar, right? Yeah, so we got Marillion, we got the Rosa de Faros, the Fritjof, the Fleet Boat. We got the destroyers to do as well. Now, I do want to build a successor to the fleet boats. That is also on the cards for what we do next as well. I think you know why, Avocado. Why I briefly went to that 6.6. I think you know. And I will leave it at that. I think you know why I did that caliber. Right. That out the way. Destroyers! The older destroyers! Okay, so... yeah, you get these flat roofed mounts now. Mark 5 torpedoes, the Mark 5 4-inch, 4.5 inch. And good news, you have been selected for upgrade to twin gun houses. It's twin gun houses, but the problem is you only get them in the fore and aft sections of the ship because of other upgrades that are needed to be equipped to you, like actual protection. Finally some splinter proofing on this ship. The crews cry out and rejoice. Right. Electrohydro 2, that's already the best. There. Trouble base, modern 1. Diesels very much increase the weight, but honestly, I think these things could do with having diesels on board. Diesels full auto loading for a rate of fire of 13 shells a minute. My god, you guys are going to be very, very much using the Dakar. And we update you to oxygen-fueled torpedoes because, get with the times, oxygen is the way the torpedoes run now. If it helps, you're 0.1 of an inch bigger than the human average. Sorry. We're carrying this on now, and what has this stream gotten to now? Oh my god. If it helps, you're larger than most of the guys in a friend group I'm in. As the poor sods decided to make a bet that they'd go and eat out at an expensive place, and the guy who was the largest wouldn't have to pay. And a lot of them had worryingly small sizes. I don't think I should have said that, and thankfully none of them know about my Twitch stuff, so good for me, I guess. I just told the... Hold on a second, I need to go get some alcohol so I could claim I was drunk when I said this. I'm not drunk, by the way. I'm not drunk. Oh, God. Hang on a sec, I'm just gonna go buy myself a whole host of alcohol. No. No. Just no. I don't even know why this conversation has gone the way it has. Right, let's just refit the other pair of destroyers. As the fleet boats need their refit as well, you know. You know. I think I do need to get drunk after that conversation. After that conversation that some disappointed avocado and made a whole bunch of my whole bunch of people who thankfully don't know my Twitch gonna be angry at me. Oh god. This one I think is definitely getting the not made for kids on the YouTube side of things though. Now these things were already strapped for weight, so I'm not gonna put the things on them. I'm not gonna put the what do you call them? We're not gonna outgun them. Or diesels. That was the word I was looking for, the diesels. And I think I'm gonna keep the 4-inch guns on these ships. Maybe up them just for caliber commonality now. The 4.5s. And just because we literally haven't really found any good use for them, the 2-inch guns are going. You know, I'm going to blitz through the last of the refits. And then I'm going to refit them all. Then we're going to do a new destroyer. We're going to give ourselves a new destroyer to... Ow, ow, fuck. Fuck. Right. Fritchov, Rosa, and then Marillion, and then we're done. We're done for the non-radar ships. Which means we can wait a while more until needing to do other refits, which is other refits of ships that we already had. There are captured enemy ships we're going to have to do refits to. So... Oh yeah, the captured enemy ships. Damn, I better get those refits done. Right, oh. Okay, so Thritchov. Thritchov, good news for you there. You get the updates again. Good news is there's no more towers to put, new towers to put on you, so you're finally having a refit where your superstructure stays consistent. Mostly consistent. Because we did just get the rebuild arrows. Oh, those things are pathetic, at least small, though. 4 auto loading, triple base, super heavy shells. Gen 2 radar. Yeah, Fritjov is one of the last ships to actually get the new generation radars on her. So yeah, the 5-inch guns are now Mark 5s. I could go up to the twin mounts, but I kind of like the aesthetic of Fritjov having only single mounts for the 5-inch. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. I've moved on now, don't worry. We're just refitting Fritjov right now. Fritjov with the new radars, new everything that we can that's new. That does include Modern 1 for the armor. Yet diesels are heavier, which is not good for Fritjov. Okay. Oh, and Fritjov's got like the new look German turrets now. 1458s. Damn, you're quite long range for a 14-inch. And then yeah. So yeah, Fritjov. Welcome to continued life. But I'm just going to blitz through the rest of the refits here, Avocado. So, some interesting things are going to happen. Some very non-interesting things are going to happen. Fritjov's one of the non-interesting things going to happen rebuilds. Refits or whatever. Yeah, hers is more a refit than a rebuild because, again, nothing really interesting happened there. She just went for a quick spruce up and new radar. You got the Rosa, Marillions, then we have the captured enemy ships to deal with as well. So yeah, Avocado, your baby's here. I could do the next, Avocado, your battleship next. After Marillion, yeah, I can get your battleship fitted in. And if it helps, Avocado... Wait, no, I said I've already moved on, but... This is the last mention of it. You're not as bad as some people in my friend group and you're still above human average. Done. That's the last I'm going to mention. Okay, so, how do you want to refit your cruisers? Other than, of course, upgrading Torpedo Mark and... Oh, we can't actually upgrade the gun mark yet. And the new radar, obviously. Do you want any more additions done, like... just in... general with, like... radars and guns and whatnot? Oh, I've already seen an obvious one. Modern 1. No, you cannot get any better towers, nor can you get any better funnels. Like, they didn't fit this thing with refit for towers in mind. Rudder to unbalanced. I guess we go to the super heavies like the rest of the fleet is going. The better oil the engines to diesel. I told you! I told you! I told you! Okay. No, not even that lesser range is gonna help ya. Hell, you were getting the same. You were getting the same range from the lesser range diesels as you are with the non-lesser range geared turbines. Yes, so yeah, you get 27,800 there, and you get 17,000 something there. So yeah. Good news, everyone! It worked. It worked, avocado. It worked. It worked. It fucking worked. One more knot. 32 knot. Nailed! Hold on a second. 32 knots, avocado. Can't you see he's the man? Let me hear you applaud. He's more than a man. He's a shiny golden god. Sorry, no. I was starting to sing a Tenacious D song, but it's not... I can't really go on with... I could go on with those lyrics, actually, given the fact the topic we were talking about for other stuff, but no. No. Is this all good? I did good? Good. We're moving on. Right. Oh, come on! Design save! Please! Please! I beg of you, save and don't crash my game! Damn it, voice cracks. Damn it, I'm a grown man having voice cracks, that's bad. Well, considering the fact that one of them had sunk an entire battleship single-handedly by guns alone, I say you did a good job with these babies. Well, semi-decent, I say, because then that exact same ship many years later got sunk by a single armoured cruiser. Single heavy cruiser, sorry. With guns alone as well. So, they've had 3 of them have lived charmed lives. 1 of them lived the semi-charmed kind of life, because it was the same one that sunk the battleship. Got sunk by got sunk by a single heavy cruiser by just guns. If it helps, it was one of those French nightmare cruisers. Right, Marillion. Good news for you, you don't need a superstructure change. You're not getting a superstructure change. You're getting full auto-loading, which is good. You get the better shell stuff there, and you get super heavy shells, because that goes with the rest of the fleet. You get Generation 2 radar for the removal of your RDFs. You get Coincidence 5. You get updated there. You lose those extra 4.5s. And your secondaries are staying 4.5s. Annoyingly for you, I guess, but it's not that bad. Here's the thing, the French ships had worse marked 10-inch guns than the 9-inch guns. Our 9-inch guns on paper were better than their 10-inch guns. Yeah, I think, and then that gives enough weight left that I can actually up twin gun you, up twin secondary gun you to 5-inch. 5-inch bring you more in line with Courageous, which is essentially a Marillion, but with 5-inch guns. Slight bit more speed, I think. Yeah, slight bit more speed, and that's about it. Oh, and the Courageous has torpedoes. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna call the Marillions done. I'm going to go back into the ship design screen. I'm going to get rid of all the older designs. I'm going to save the game because I don't want a game crash in one of these design screen loading screens, ruining all that we have done so far. Oh no, 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 no. Thank God you didn't crash, you didn't crash. Thank the heavens! I used lighter funnels than what I had, but efficiency. Engine efficiency. Those were the lightest. Those have similar efficiency, but are lighter than the French-style ones. Hence my swap to the American-style ones that are ridiculously tall and stuff. And then the Marillions. Okay, so we got Right, so I need to check from refits that we've done so far. We did you. Did you. Glorious, you're only a single ship. Polo as well. Tura. Amazon's Clemenceau. Triton, we only have one of you, don't. Right, yeah. Destroyers! That's an extra 31,000 into the dockyards. It's an extra 59,000. We're over capacity now. Fritsch! Fritschov! Good news for you! You get updated! Cardo Cruisers! Good news for you! You get updated! Marillions! Okay. Now we are literally going to have to sacrifice a whole bunch of current refits. Or halt a whole bunch of current refits. Just purely for the fact that we can then finish a whole host of... Okay, and then... your ship. Okay. Now it's time to do a little teeny wincy tiny bit of changes to your ship. Because we need 20 knots on her. Can we actually get her up to the full 25 of the rest of the fleet? Good news, Avocado! Ah! Good news, your ship can go up to the fleet speed. And, even better news... Oh, come on! In other news, we have to redo some of your 6-inch because... fuck this game and it's... well... fuck the turret models. 1... 2... 2... You gotta be fucking kidding me. We could only refit back 2 of those 6-inch guns. Say! Do you want to go down to 5.5? No, that's unintentionally mentioning that again! Damn it! No, I shouldn't. Sorry, Avocado. Right, say, do you want to go down to 5-inch 38s? The other ships are using the 5-inch 38s. Oh yeah, you're not going to fit the auto-loading. Right. Yeah, I think going down to 5-inch 38s is gonna in the end be the thing we have to do to keep this all fitting in nicely. Oh, come on. There. And there. Oh yeah, the 8-inch. Oh, come on. Seriously. Yep. 865. Oh, 64 then. There we go. Done. Done. Right. Move on. Couldn't be bothered, to be honest. Couldn't be bothered commonality with the rest of the fleet. So many excuses. Insert excuse that would make you the least angry with me here. So I got two separate variations of this battlecruiser to do. I got the Hector, and I've got the Santa whatever, and the Minotaur to do now. So let's get them done, because they were captured enemy ships, and they very much need refit. I did lower the deck as well. Again, insert excuse that will make you least angry at me. Filled with logical reasoning and other good stuff. I'm honestly too tired to make up excuses. Right. Now this is an annoying thing of this. I'm going to do this design 2 separate times because of the annoying way the game works with things. So before I do anything else, upgrade Mark, and upgrade Mark, just so then I'm not... Oh, and upgrade Mark, just so then I'm not going to be then shouted at by the game when I do that. And we're going to start from scratch. So, rebuild tower, Italian style. Rebuild secondary tower. Also, close enough to the Italian style that it'll work. I think. Or is this more the... No, that's not more the Italian style either. It's honestly been so long since I've played the Italians because the game devs ruined the Italians that I don't know which towers are Italian or not anymore, which is sad. But that tower works the best anyway, so with that, this particular rebuild funnel, because I can. Right. Barbette low profile, because I can. You had 15-inch twins. Welcome to 16-inch triples in ABX. Welcome to TNT 2 powder super heavy shells. To oil. No way in hell are you going slower than 33 knots, matey. Balanced, Orcs, Modern 1, Barbette 5, Reinforced 2, Anti-Torp 5, double bottom, anti-flood, citadel, 5, auto-loading, RDF, Gen 2, coincidence, Electrohydro 2, oh god, you're already overweight. Stop being like the average American, we didn't even buy you off the Americans. We didn't even buy you at all, we stole you in a peace treaty. If you want to be freaking accurate with how we got this ship and all. Right, and then centerline 5-inch there. All good. Spacious crew quarters, nah. Range mid. I guess I'm going to keep your 12-inch main belt, but you're getting 5-inch extendeds. A 4-inch main deck with 2-inch extendeds. A 3-inch superstructure with an 8-inch conning tower, because... oh god, you're already going to be 20 months in rebuild. Maybe if I keep your twin 15s, would that make your refit a little happier for timing? Yeah, it made you a little more happy. We're bringing that range back. Help. Nope, it didn't help. Okay, yeah, 32 knots is fine, I get. 32 knots is fine, I guess. The Marillions go 32, so you're just gonna go with the Marillions, I guess. Okay, I'm going to not... how did you get Hector as a nickname? Is that your friends were westernizing your name or something? I was told not to ask a question about it, but I'm now curious. Sorry, avocado. Well, doing that has actually made the refit time less. Okay, so doing that's made the refit time less, so I'm keeping that on you then. Spacious crew quarters, well, you had that originally, but that ain't helping your refit time. 2, 1, 0, I guess. And 4, 3, 2, 1, I guess. Two-inch across the board. Got 5-inch 38s. No, because you got the superimposed gun there. Yeah, 11 months. to rebuild you. $11 to rebuild you, and then you'll be a great addition to the... Ah! I'm still going to refer you as Avocado knowing this information, but, okay, so that's that one done. Okay, let's see what hole you... Oh, no. No! It's this one! And I stole a few of these! Damn it. Oh, the Hectors are gone. They're going. Shoo. Get out of my sight. Ugh. I like the way the Americans do the modernized Dreadnought versions of these, but the Spanish way, just ugh, get it out of my sight. Shoo. Shoo, get this hell out of my sight. It's spelled Fraser. That's my surname. Fraser. No, just the towers are horrid on this thing. No, Hector, goodbye. Goodbye. Shoo. You were used as a training ship for a while, whatever members of your class we took, but you guys, shoo. Oh. Fuck, this decided again. Oh yeah, because that's next in line is redoing this ship again. Great. No. I'll redo you in the next episode. They're the generic cruiser towers! The generic modern cruiser towers, and I'm not a big fan of the generic modern cruiser towers. You know what? Why not, for the last bit of this episode, do something that I have very much got the most experience in doing, and I very much love doing. British battlecruiser! Everyone that needs a rebuild because, well, it's no longer British. But it is still British in terms of, like, yeah, it was a British hull and originally British ship in general and everything, but you're Portuguese now, mate, so you're being Portuguesed. Portuguised. Hayden! That's my first name. Hayden. Fraser's my surname. Who the hell would have Fraser as their first name? I may have just unintentionally insulted a few people. I don't care. What? You don't get the British towers I like! fuck? Well, let's upgrade the gun marks first to gun marks I know are great and all. Ah! What the? Okay, so first off, I guess the breakwater. Oh no, we have to use height profile. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit on the barbette. Right, and then twin 18-1s. Let's just make them twin 18s. Right, let's strip off the towers. Now, this is a British tower, a British ship and all, so we should, in theory, use the Queen Anne's mansions, which I'm going to do. Just, I'm going to adjust it slightly. With that, we have the Q turret. Because... Because, yeah, this thing originally came with the Q turret. It keeps the Q turret. Oh, hail the mighty Q! We don't have American towers. Well, we do, but the American towers are worse stat-wise than these Queen Anne's. Oh shit, what did I just do? Mistake, that was it. Right. Oh, the Brits know what a good torpedo caliber is. They had 21-inch oxygens on here as well. I'm proud of you, Britain. You used my caliber of torpedo. Right. Now, don't mind me, I'm just strapping Belfast guns to the side of the ship. No. As much as I would love to strap Belfast guns to the side of the ship, it just ain't gonna work. Don't mind me, I'm just strapping 5.3-inch guns to the side of the ship. Oh, come on! Armour! We didn't even check the armour on this thing! Fun! Right! Immediate redo of this ship, then. We're going triple 18s when removing Q turret. Yeah, goodbye Q turret. Rest in peace, Q turret, sorry. There. Compacting this superstructure more, I guess we're going to go ABX triple 18s with the last triple set up here. Oh, and then, yeah, as that's the more Nelson-style turret, we can actually more compact up here as well. Which is good. Yeah, I didn't even fit you over your radar. Sorry about that. Compact, compact, compact. Aye, aye. Right. Modern, oil, turbines too. Already the balanced, which is good. We're already losing the ship for a year now. Fun. Triple base, super heavy, increased AP, cat ballist 2, cat ballist there. The 14-6 layout that we so commonly use. 4, 2, 2, 8, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.5, and then naught. 15, 15, 4, 2, 2. Right, that helped a tad bit. Speed reduction to 33 knots. I couldn't easily figure out which placement has the underwater torps. Which is there and there. Remove those. %5 over still. Bulkhead standard, which ain't gonna do good in the long run, but I don't care. The ship is refit, and that's the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you again. Silent service going silent.